This looks like a professional 3D render. But what if I told you the entire shot is controlled by this? Yes, this tiny little box. And if you're new to Blender, cameras can be really confusing. You move it 2 centimeters and suddenly your entire shot looks like crap. Like it was filmed by a security camera. But once you understand how Blender's camera actually works, you can start creating shots look like this. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. We'll cover basic camera movements and a couple of tricks that can make your renders look way more better. Alright, so I think it's better if we know the camera basics before we even jump into the camera shooting. So let's delete all of the stuff in our scene first. And for the sake of this demonstration, let's just use a cube, okay? So let's spawn in a cube and a camera. I know the rotation on this camera looks a little bit weird, and normally we can reset it by pressing Alt plus R, but in this case, it's not working, so let's do it manually. So select all of the dimensions on your rotation and set it to 0. And another tip for you when you're doing a camera shooting is to have another tab. So that way you can see what your camera is looking at. So by pressing 0, you can access your camera. So right now the camera is looking at absolutely nothing. So we need to move the camera. All right, so let's rotate it first on the x-axis and move it backwards. A camera, the way you move a camera and you rotate a camera, it's kind of like how you move things around in Blender. So you can rotate the camera too on the z-axis. And so here's a really cool tip. So where you can add a empty cube over here and set it to I want to transparent it. Now you know what I mean, like to keep transform with it. So by pressing Ctrl plus P and select keep transform. So when you rotate this cube, the camera rotates it too. Really cool, right? I use this a lot when I'm doing like car renderings or just like renderings in general. It's really useful. So that way you don't have to move your camera like this and rotate it like this. So you can just like rotate this cube and it will move it entirely. All right, so that's it for the basics. Okay, so I'm going to show you a really cool trick in Blender. So it's a trick that enables you to use WASD movement in your camera. Okay, I know that sounds a little bit confusing, so let me show you how to do it. So first, you need to have a camera, set it up in your scene, and press 0 on your numpad to access your camera, and then go up to here to right below layout. You can see there's a view option, and click there and navigate down, and you can see there's a navigation option, and click in there, and it's at the way bottom. Just press walk navigation, and now you can use WASD to move your camera. And if you press space, it will like zoom in really fast. So yeah, it's a really cool trick. So just play around with it. All right. So let's do a little camera shooting. And I figured we could use the Lambo we used last time to do a simple side profile of this Lambo. Okay. Yeah, let's just start it from scratch. And so as you can see, we're using the 3-point lighting setup. So like we talked about last time, it's really that simple. And let's delete all of the stuff here, but not the car, obviously. And spawn in an air light first. Just move it upwards and move it to the middle of the car. Scale it up and maybe move it a little bit upwards. And like I said last time, just crank the power up. Maybe like 1,000. Yeah, it's probably 1,000. And usually when you're doing a camera shooting in Blender, you're trying to get the best, you're trying to capture the best of your model. So you need to imagine what what your audience sees and trying to get the best of your model here. And in this case, I think this high profile works the best on this Lambo. And here's a little cool tip. If you press R 2 times on the spotlight, you can like manually rotate it. Like you can directly point at it. And crank the power up, I guess. And you can duplicate this by pressing Shift plus D and move it to here, maybe. And again, just point it at the backwards. So press R 2 times. All right, it's acting a little bit weird here, but you'll figure it out. So let it point at here, and maybe change the color of the light to red, so it pops out more. And crank the power up again. Oh, it's not really working. So maybe change direction of it. So like here maybe. Maybe a little bit more here. Let's just crank the power up. Yeah, it's getting a little bit closer like like the original rendering. So yeah, let's figure out the camera. So let's spawn in a camera first. And the rotation on this is a little bit weird. So like we just set it to 0 again. So now it's 0 now, and rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees because we're doing a side profile, and move it backwards. And to access your camera, just press 0 on your numpad. So press 0 on your numpad and move it to here. Move it a little bit backwards, a little bit up, backwards, down maybe. Yeah, and there you have it. Just like the original rendering. It's really that simple when you narrow things down to the basics. Okay, all right. Okay, so in this video, you have learned the basic camera movement in Blender. And thanks for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of my tutorial.